What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe and What's the Numbers I provided. We back today with another profile piece. This one is on Cocaine Shice, real name Tarif Gary. In this video, we're going to take a look at his early life growing up in Brooklyn and his allegiance to a local neighborhood Crip set. Next, we will look at the circumstance surrounding his death after being shot at the young age of 18. And lastly, we will look at how Shice's name has lived on as he is memorialized and shouted out on a bunch of rap songs in recent years. Tarif Cocaine Shice Gary is from the 90s neighborhood in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. Growing up there in the early 2000s, he would make a name for himself for being extremely loyal to those around him. Shice would grow to be loved and respected by many people in the neighborhood, both young and old. Eventually, Shice would become a member of the G-Stone Crips, also known as GSC. He would be looked at as fearless and somewhat of a leader around the other GSC members that were his age or younger. GS9 rapper Bobby Shmurda, who was also a G-Stone Crip, will have a close friendship with Shice throughout their teenage years. In September of 2011, the annual Labor Day parade was set to take place like it does every year in the streets of Brooklyn. But before that, on the night leading into the morning of the parade, Juve would take place. Juve basically signals the start of carnival. Music bands and revelers take to the street, whining and dancing in the early hours before the daytime West Indian Day parade begins. It would be during Juve, while attending a backyard party / barbecue, Shice would be shot in the chest. 3 other older men were also wounded in the shooting, but Shice would be the only one to die from his injuries. He was only 18 at the time and was still in high school. The story that would come out is that supposedly Shice was murdered by another Brooklyn gang known as BMW, aka Brooklyn's Most Wanted. According to the NYPD, members of BMW were barred from the Labor Day party on East 54th Street and decided to retaliate by gunning down Shice along with 3 other individuals. They go on to say that the death of Shice sparked a war between the G-Stone Crips and BMW, which led to several shooting incidents between the 2 gangs. They also mentioned the Folk Nation being involved in the following war, which shows just how long the GDs and Crips been beefing in Brooklyn. This is before all the woo and the cho waves that the gangs all over Brooklyn are riding now. Although in Brownsville, they might have been wooing and choing by then, as it's common knowledge by now that Brownsville's Wave Gang and Hood Stars started that whole movement. There is also no mention of anyone ever being arrested for the murder of Shice. Fast forward a few years later to August of 2014 when Bobby Shmurda and Roddy Rebel would hit the music scene like wildfire after their first few videos would go viral for their catchy lyrics and dance moves. On the song Hot, which now has almost 650 million views on YouTube, Shmurda would shout Shice out in the song, and then Roddy would drop a song called Shice Time featuring Shmurda, where they would once again shout Shice out and let the world know that them boys went crazy when Shice died. Bobby and Roddy would be arrested and sent to jail soon after, signing their record deals. But the shoutouts from other rappers and love for Shice remain in his old neighborhood in East Flatbush. You can still run across a new rest in peace post or a shout out about somebody missing and loving Shice still to this day on social media. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV is a quick profile piece on Cocaine Shice, real name Tarif Gary. If you was in tune to the whole GS9, Bobby Shmurda, Roddy Rebel when they came out, then you heard about Shice, you know what I'm saying? Like I talked to Shice when, you know what I'm saying? They got a bunch of different tracks where they, you know what I'm saying, name drop Shice. Also different rappers from that area like Fabio Foreigns from the 90s. Billy on, Corey Finesse, you know, a lot of different rappers that mention Shice in their music or have in their music before. You know what I'm saying? He was young, but he was one of them, you know what I'm saying? He was one of them, he stood out within his crew while he was alive, you know what I'm saying? So, like he was a main figure that still gets talked about and loved to this day. You can still see people on Instagram, like I said, supporting them and shouting them out, talking how much they miss him, this, that, and the third. But other than that, I ain't gonna ramble too much at the end of this video. Like I said, it's a profile piece on Cocaine Shice, Tarif Gary. You know what I'm saying? It's What's the Numbers TV. It's your boy Paul Rowe. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back before you know it, man. We out of here. Peace.